Hello! We are in line for WEB Slingers now. Sorry, I didn't really film anything this morning. It's been a little stressful. We had a little bit of a Genie Plus snafu, which maybe I'll talk about later, but everything's good now. We are in line for WEB Slingers. It was posted at a 5-minute wait right when the park opened at 9. That quickly jumped to 45, then 65, and up to 70 minutes by about 9:15. So we'll see how long this takes us. We did rope drop. We left the hotel around 8:13 and we were in line for security at 8:25. So it was only a 12-minute walk. Security was really fast. And then we should have been more towards the front of the rope drop crowd. But yeah, we had some Genie Plus lightning lane issues we had to work out with guest relations. So that took about 20 minutes and kind of erased our being here at the park, 30 minutes early, but that's okay. I'm excited for the ride and also just to get it done.
And now our project lead, the brilliant, Peter Parker.
Hey, what's up? I'm Peter Parker, and here at WEB we got access to some pretty awesome tech, like Genie from Wakanda, or this crazy alien juice stuff. We have pin particles and star tech. It all helps us develop really cool stuff like these spider bots, for example. Check it out, they have this really cool self-replicating feature.
Because
it's awesome.
Okay, we have a plan. Please move quickly through the doors and down the hall to the Slinger vehicle bay. Your open house demo has been upgraded to a high-stakes mission to save Avengers Campus.
Once we are done with WEB Slingers, then we'll do Radiator Springs Racers, and those are the only two huge things that are individual paid lightning lanes that I don't really want to pay for. So yeah, those are top priority. Alright, WEB Slingers was really fun. It's basically Toy Story Midway Mania, but like more interactive in a way, and I actually won. I beat Adam, which I almost never beat Adam at these types of games, so I'm really happy about that. After WEB Slingers, we swiftly made our way over to Radiator Springs Racers. This ride actually did not open with the park. Like, it wasn't open. The only big one that was open that people were running towards was WEB Slingers, so that's an interesting thing. I feel bad for all the people who ran over here. As we were walking over here, the line was only posted at 30 minutes, but it changed to 45 minutes shortly after we got in line, and then 65 minutes, now while I'm recording this. So we'll see how long we have to wait for this, but, just like WEB Slingers, I just kind of want to get these checked off my list, so then the rest of the trip we don't have to worry about getting on them. We ended up waiting about 55 minutes for Radiator Springs Racers, but it was super cute, so fun, and then we did Mission Breakout, so their Tower of Terror through the lightning lane, like, more or less instantly. Walking through Avengers Campus for the first time. It's pretty cool. It is kind of small, I guess is the one deterrent, I would say. It's really well done. It's well themed. It's a nice space, but it just feels kind of small. And I guess this giant building will be another e-ticket ride at some point, so looking forward to that. We have lunch reservations over at the Lamplight Lounge, so we are making our way towards that. It's not even 11:30 yet though, and I think our lunch reservation isn't until 12:10 or so, so I think we're going to try to also get on the IncrediCoaster through the lightning lane. We haven't been into Pixar Pier yet, so this is our first time making our way through the Pacific Wharf area and over towards Pixar Pier, and oh my gosh, the Ferris wheel is so cute! Wow. The giant Mickey face it's weird, but it's also really charming. You can see the IncrediCoaster going in the background. Wow, that's nice. Ah, Pixar Pier. Love it. This is gonna look amazing at night, I bet. Wow, everything here is so cute. I wish we had more time here so I could really explore all of the details. I'm hoping to live in California someday, so maybe then I can have a magic key or annual pass or whatever they're calling it then and spend more time just really appreciating every little thing. Alright, so here's the IncrediCoaster. That's where we're headed to now. That looks pretty cool. IncrediCoaster was fun, and Lightning Lane was again like a 4-minute wait before we got into the cars, so very fast. Now we are at our lunch reservation, trying to decide what we're gonna drink, and then I think we're gonna get some heavy snacks. I ended up ordering the sequel, which was marked as a bubbling cocktail, and I kind of thought that meant it had like Prosecco in it, but it's actually bubbling from a piece of dry ice in the bottom. So surprise! That's fun showmanship, but not at all what I was expecting. And then Adam got the Sunrise Spectacular, and then my best friend got the Teaser. And for food, we got lobster nachos. This is a very impressive pile. It looks like fillings are throughout. And then the potato skins is what they were called. I don't see how these are potato skins, but they smell delicious. And then round 2 for drinks, Adam sat this one out, but my best friend got a Scream canister, and I got the Over Budget. The view from Lamplight Lounge is like pretty awesome. You're sitting out in the water, and you can see the surrounding park areas. It is a little chilly today. It's super cloudy, which I don't mind. It's also kind of windy, so it's a little cold, but this is awesome. The walls near the bathroom area here are so cute. It's like supposedly a blackboard, I think, with all of these amazing Pixar quotes. I wonder if they add to this every time a movie comes out or if it's static. There's definitely room to put a couple more quotes here. The theming in here is just absolutely beyond. And I think this is the one really cool table a lot of people talk about. It was occupied when we came, and I was happy to sit outside anyway, but it's got cars in the actual table. And then you're behind this sort of wall of Pixar balls at the entrance. So this is pretty neat. Oh, it's the Incredibles. Cute. All right, we are off to do Midway Mania. Maybe we'll try to do Buzz today too, so we can do all 3 of those sort of competitive rides in one day and see who reigns supreme. And so since there's no magic bands here, when you are scanning in your lightning lane, you basically get barcodes on the app and you just scan through them on your phone, so pretty easy. I saw Anna's hair out of the corner of my eye, and the way I ran to go see Queen Elsa and Queen Anna. Love it, of course, I'm obsessed with them. Also, just FYI to everyone, I did win Midway Mania. And now we are off to do Lightning Lane for Mike and Sully to the rescue. This looks really cute, and we don't have anything like it at Disney World.
I tried to run from it, but it picked me up with its mind powers and shook me like a doll. It's true! I saw the whole thing!
Young lady in the first row, make sure you get my good side. Jesus.
Park hopping now. So park hopping here is ridiculously easy. It's like hilarious to me how different it is. We're literally just crossing this area. It's gonna take like 1 minute probably to get from the entrance of DCA over into actual Disneyland. So this will be our first time in Disneyland Park. Oh, their railroad is actually functioning. How nice. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. I think the one here is square, this plaque, and then a friend told me that the plaque at Walt Disney World I think is an oval, or it's rounder. These are things I would not know off the top of my head. But anyway, here we are walking into Disneyland, walking into their main street for the very first time. It feels a lot like Disney World at the moment. I know that's going to change though. But yeah, our rope drop morning over at DCA, I would say, was pretty successful. Like I said, we were able to do Radiator Springs Racers and WEB Slingers, which were very, very high on my to-do list as rides that we don't have in Disney World and rides that are not included in Genie Plus. So I'm really happy with our productivity so far. And Lamplight Lounge was so great, so fun. Highly recommend. Okay, we are about to round the corner and we'll get to see the castle, the first Disney Parks castle. I know it's small. I'm bracing myself for that, but I'm still very excited. Here we go. It is so little. It's really nice though, but it is quite short. We made a Lightning Lane reservation for the Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters ride over here, so we're heading off to Tomorrowland now. Astro Blasters, not that different than Disney World's, but also I won, so I have clean swept all 3 of these rides today: WEB Slingers, Midway Mania, and Astro Blasters. Yay! It seems like there are just a ton of characters out here at the Disneyland parks. Like, here's Tink. It feels like everywhere we walk there is a character not that far, which is awesome. Oh, Jasmine! Wow! Okay, we made a lightning lane for Small World. It is still Small World holiday overlay for, I think, the remainder of this week. And then I think they are taking the holiday overlay off either starting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, like right after we leave. So I feel so lucky to be able to experience this. And even without the holiday overlay, like, oh my gosh, look at this building exterior. It is so gorgeous. Just from the outside alone, the Small World has to be better than the Disney World one.
Pies y piernas dentro del barco y cuide los pequeñitos. Gracias. Welcome to It's a Small World. For your safety, please remain seated throughout your voyage, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat.
It's still Christmas here.
Please watch your children. Thank you for personal safety.
Making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Veuillez rester assis jusqu'à l'arrêt complet du bateau et attendez jusqu'à ce que l'hôte ou l'hôtesse vous demande de descendre. Merci.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Miguel from Coco is just out. I don't know if Miguel has a regular sighting at Disney World. I don't think he does, and this is pretty awesome. We did make a Big Thunder Lightning Lane reservation, so we are in line to do that now. Big Thunder was really cool. It feels longer than the Disney World one. It's definitely more themed in my opinion, so that was awesome. And we're now making our way into Galaxy's Edge, so we made a Smuggler's Run Lightning Lane reservation. But also I just want to be able to compare Batuu West to Batuu East a little bit. Adam and I have obviously just very recently experienced Galaxy's Edge, so this isn't a huge deal for us. And then my best friend's not really into Star Wars, so I don't think she cares a ton, but it'll be fun to experience it. We did Smuggler's Run. We got 2 things of coaxium. Adam and I got to be pilots for the first time ever, so yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm glad we came. Quick stop in Galaxy's Edge. We were mostly back here, in my opinion, to get these potato hand pies, which are a seasonal item. These are at Saka's Kettle, and they cost a little bit over $7 after tax. The inside is like a potato curry. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And we've got a Matterhorn Lightning Lane reservation up next, but this is a great snack, highly recommend. Oh my gosh, Tigger! Like I said, there's just characters out all the time. What is happening? Oh, he's leaving, dang. Oh, and Eeyore's out here too. Presumably also leaving, but it's nice to get a glimpse of them. Oh, buddy. Oh. Wow. Are they swimming? Dancing? Robot? I don't really know what's happening, but this is extremely charming. Backstroke? Well, I think that cheered Eeyore up at least. Bye! Unintended character pit stop, but now we are doing Matterhorn. Okay, that was not as like rickety and painful on my back as I was braced for, so yeah, fun ride. Definitely worth using the lightning lane for. Off to Storybook Canals.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to your voice through Storybook Land. My name is Joe, and I'll be your captain and storyteller here on the SS Aurora. There is magic everywhere here in Storybook Land, including in the 100% real, genuine plants all around us. And folks, I'm actually gonna let you know a little secret, okay? Don't tell Did you know that Tinkerbell enchanted all these plants with her pixie dust so they can never ever grow up?
Storybook Canals is charming. I wouldn't wait super long for it, but the lines aren't normally that long, I don't think. We also hopped on Pinocchio pretty fast. That's a weird ride. We made a Space Mountain Lightning Lane reservation, so now we are waiting to board Space. The queue for theirs is so different than Disney World's. I think I might prefer this one. We mobile ordered from Bengal Barbecue for dinner, so Adam and I are splitting a combo plate. It has one of the spicy beef skewers and then a chicken skewer, and we also got the tiger tail breadstick just for dipping in the extra sauce. This was about $24 for both of us to split. And we have an Indiana Jones Lightning Lane reservation after this, so it's a good location for us to be in. Indy was fun. I think I might prefer Dinosaur, but that's fine. And then after Indy, we hopped in the line for Pirates. The park closes at 8 tonight. We got in line at 7:27 p.m. and it was a posted 25-minute wait. We're on the ride at 7:32, so definitely a very short wait. And here we are going past the inside of Blue Bayou, which is totally emptied out. Well, we got stuck on Pirates for a while. It stopped for a solid 7 to 8 minutes, if not longer. So we didn't actually get off until 7:58. So this was our last activity of the evening. But overall, I think we got on something like 16 rides thanks to Genie Plus in the Lightning Lane. There definitely was a little snafu this morning. I'll tell you more about that later maybe. But yeah, what a great first day. First half of the day at DCA, hopped over to Disneyland, had some awesome food, so many characters, lots of rides. And I'm really excited to come back tomorrow and get some more things done. Thanks for coming along. Hope the rest of your day is magical, and we'll see you real soon at Pixie Dust PhD.